All right, good. Then let's start. Who are we? I'm Boris Gumholt, and this is Joe Su. I'm senior manager and here, and Joe is senior principal engineer in our map publication department. So we are very long with NDS. It's beginning of 2000, and we don't even count years anymore. And we both are contributing to NDS Association to development of the standard, as well as internally we work on keeping our NDS machine running, delivering products, as well as working on new interesting stuff like NDS.Live. So what are we trying to do or to solve? The industry asks for 2024 and plus, is more or less clear. So obviously map features of high quality, that's given, but of course these map features have to be also delivered in a way that it matches use cases. They have to be, or how the map is structured has to be use case oriented, which we already saw in presentations from previous companies. And of course, the map itself has to be delivered in a cost-efficient way, and we heard also several times we're streaming, and this is what NDS.Live is about and what it brings as a solution in this situation. How here wants to address this challenge is by we define a product called connected map layers, and it addresses the aspects I presented in a previous slide. So it offers flexible over-the-air delivery of tiles of a map based on NDS.Live service, and also optional using access engine or NDS.Live client. And the way we do that is in a, let's say, a very flexible way in the terms of licensing model and how the content is delivered to a customer who wants to pay. You don't have to pay all or nothing, but you have a very flexible licensing model and can adjust the use of data to your situation. The whole thing is powered by Unimap. Most of you know or heard about Unimap. This is our system for creating digital maps. Why connected maps is important for the customers, for O&Ms? Well, there are several aspects. Meet markets requirements. With this, you can meet safety regulations. You can have higher safety scores. You can enable better user experience, increased safety, increased energy efficiency. You can reduce the cost of operations, get the data in the right amount to the vehicle in a most efficient way. And you can obviously increase revenue, offer attractive features, offer on-demand upgrade or deploy of the map data during the vehicle's operation. Next, I would like to show a little bit more on what connected map layers is. So as I mentioned, it addresses its use cases. It's focused on use cases which you need. For example, ISA, NCAP, L1, L2, L3 use cases. And the way we support them is by providing, call it stacked or layered map. On the basis of it is the foundation of the map, road model, vehicle regulations, and so on. And then on top, we add, you could call them advanced or extra layers, which then address specific use cases. And that includes, for example, trucks. That includes different ADAS attributes. What we also added is behavioral layer or drive paths. I think Fabian mentioned a little bit about it. So that's one of the really new things which we would like to offer. Of course, this is, let's say, product view from the here point of view, but we also support, as you can see on top, so customized layer. So a customer can define their own specific layer, and that goes along with the licensing, flexible licensing model, which I mentioned before. So you can really fine tune the system to optimally support your specific use case. And how we do that? So technology stack is presented here. Of course, on our side, on here side, we operate here platform backend. So that's our state-of-the-art technology. And within this box, our NDS.Live compiler, map compiler runs, provides NDS.Live maps. And also our service, NDS.Live Smart Layer service, runs and delivers map and this live map either directly to the car or using optionally customer backend. On the client side, access manager and this live map access manager can either be provided by the car manufacturer system provider or optionally by here. So this is overall introduction into what connected map layer is and technology we use to support it. And now Joe will present a demo showing how this system actually works. So this is something we are developing already, and Joe will show state of the art what we have for now.
Thank you, Boris. So before I present something, I always love to revisit what we have presented so far. So this is the third year what I'm presenting on behalf of our company. So the first year, 2022, I don't know anyone would remember. So it was on an app, a small mobile phone app. Oops, now it's going. Yeah, good. So I built a small app which basically works like a navigation, a full navigation app which supports searching, geocoding, and route calculation, everything. But it was using our here service, not the NDS ones. But on the top of that, I was able to use or present, show that on the highlighted part, you see those are the data which was fetched from the NDS.Live services and the contents, what we compiled. That was the first thing. So there weren't any connecting real dots. It was just geometrically, it was just overlaid, but it was matching because everything was coming from our house. Yeah, we are the map provider. We compiled it. We overlay it. Everything works perfectly fine. That was the first year. And the second year, which is last year, we extended it by providing more services. So even on the app, the searching, geocoding, and the route calculation, and also the turn-by-turn navigation instructions, all things were replaced with the NDS.Live data. So yeah, you can see some video working. So I'm typing those things, all the services was running with our NDS.Live services. So I think, wow, those are the fancy things what we have shown already. And I was thinking, okay, this year, what I should be presenting. And I was questioning myself, oh, I cannot find any. So next year, we may have to build a car to show a fancy thing, but at least I can back up Boris, what he was presenting with the connected map layers product, what we want to, let's say, promote. So on the earlier sessions, we have heard a lot of things like SD, HD, XD, MD, and many things. So let's see what has been shown. So on the top, we know already the ISA map layers, what we were presenting in the last over 2 years. So we were presenting the road, the basic features and the geometries for sure, and also all, let's say, relevant attributes. And there are small new things on the bottom on the ISA layer, but I will go explain that later in the slides. And now we have a new layer, which is the HD, which is a natural thing to cover because we also have HD data. So we are in the stock right now. Now we also have the HD data served by the NDS.Live Smart Services. So in this demo, it's going to be a very simple demo compared to the last year one, but still we can present that. Let's assume on a vehicle, there are multiple software and the maps, that which is the typical thing, what we have already seen from the earlier sessions, right? So the IVI, the infotainment map, there is something which will be served. Well, we will be showing a demo, not the car, but on a mobile phone, we will be showing something like a Here We Go app, which you can download it from any app store. So that those will serve for the infotainment map systems. But on the top of that, let's assume there is the ISA map. Anyway, if you buy a new car this year, that'll be in the car, which you don't notice it seamlessly is working. And the HD maps, let's say if you buy a high-end car, it's likely to be part of it. So those will be served with the smart layer services, what our team has built. So this is the simple case, which is almost overlapping with the earlier, let's say, presentations. So the ISA case, it tries to download it. First of all, I have to show you. So I made some changes. On the bottom, you see there was a parameter or the settings. So use HD or not. At the moment, it's not using HD. So it'll be purely downloading only the ISA case. Assuming it's part of the vehicle or the app or the software will download those ISA data to use it. I made some quick buttons so it downloads it, and then it shows, on the center of the location, it will show the attributes, what is fetched from the ISA. There are many, many more attributes, but at the moment, I'm just depicting, a very small subset of them, which is the functional class, it's the speed limits, which is critical, which is critical for the ISA cases. Now, there is a new thing which I mentioned, on the ISA, there has been new added data, which is the road location ID, which is a referencing mechanism, which is part of the NDS Classic as the FTX, but this is like a unique ID system. So exploiting this, what we can do is so far we were overlaying the data on what we were compiling or what we are using from other here services. Now, not only just overlaying it, now you can connect it almost directly using the here location IDs, which is the same ID. So if you have anything served by us and having those IDs part of it, then you can directly almost match it. You don't have to use any map agnostic thing, but for sure, if you are using any other service from another map provider, then we will be also happy to provide map agnostic references, which is also another advantage in NDS.Live, I would say. Now, I have subscribed for an expensive option. Now I want to enable L3 options that fetching HD data on my vehicle. So it's the same, but I will switch it to the parameter saying, hey, settings, now let's get the HD data. Then it downloads the tile on this, which will be containing the center of the position. It takes time, but yeah, there was a short message saying it's downloaded, and then you see it's downloading the ISA contents. Not only that, but the simple HD. Well, I wanted to present many things, but as you know, even the ISA case, there are so many attributes to, show it on the screen. So for the HD case, I was thinking, okay, what would be the best thing to show on a small screen? Well, what I can think of was the physical width of the whole lanes, which is relevant for me. So this is how it looks like. It just is in front of our Frankfurt office. So now you see the same ISA data, but not only that, we are also showing the HD data with the physical width. There are boundaries and many other attributes there, but I'm only just depicting these very simple ones for this demo. Now, how it would work. So let's say we make a route. So on the guidance, which will be taken care by the IVI system, then you see now I'm making a route to come here from my office. And on the background, you would have seen the tiles are now getting downloaded. And along the route, you can see that, okay, the ISA data and also the HD data are getting fetched and just overlaid on the screen, just to show that, okay, we are getting something from the smart layer services. Yeah. So this was a very simple demo. We use these kind of technology stacks here to present that, now we have not only the ISA data, but our team is working hard, really working aggressively, adding more contents. Now the HD contents are ready, and also the landmarks are also ready. So if you want to switch to HD contents in NDS.Live, you know where to find, yeah? So this is the end of the demo, but there is one thing Boris wants to share.
It's good. It's good. So yeah, we have one more slide, which is a little bit of going ahead of time, because Otto from NNG would present something called NDS.Live evaluation service. But because this is our presentation slot, I just wanted to add a quick piece of information, what this means for here. So we will support this initiative, and Otto will tell details about it, yeah. We will support this initiative, and we will provide through this evaluation service of NDS Association our own map. The specification of this map are yet to be defined, yeah, but like geographic scope, exact attributes. But Otto will tell details. It's more like so NDS Association will be some, let's say, a customer saying, I would like to have map of Bavaria, map of Germany with specific attributes, and we as here would support this idea to promote NDS.Live as a format, as a system across the industry. Yeah. So, and I will now finish my part, and then Otto will tell details, and if there are questions on it, maybe we can cover them after that. Yeah. And of course, now questions for the other part. Stage is yours.
So in the internet, we haven't received any questions on site, maybe? No?
On that one slide regarding the architecture, if you could go back to that one.
On the first part,
The cloud architecture and then the onboard client, I had one question.
Yeah. More. I think that one, right? That one?
Okay, right. Because I've seen that you said, okay, there is a here option to have a here provided NDS.Live smart layer and service client onboard, right? So would that be part of a larger SDK provided by here, or is that an here SDK specifically for NDS.Live tile exchange and service access?
So you talk about this box with the green, the access manager, right?
Green border, correct.
Right. Well, we will provide NDS.Live Access Manager as a component on its own, which you can then use in your system. The idea is really to have end-to-end solution in case you want that for delivery or optimal delivery of NDS.Live content to the car.
Okay, and thanks. And the second question, like OEM backend optional, would that work just as a proxy or for some kind of recompilation or filtering of NDS.Live data and with the support? Because I think there are some here SDKs, which I can barely read here, platform, SDK, and something else in there.
So the dotted box in the middle, O&M backend, is optional in the sense that some of the car manufacturers prefer to run their own, and we can support that case. Or if you want, then we can have really end-to-end solution, meaning there is an NDS.Live smart layer service on our side, and we directly deliver to the car B2C
Okay, I understand. My question was specifically, does here provide some components to like filter, strip down, or alter NDS.Live data in that OEM processing, or is this basically just proxy helping to pipe the data through an OEM backend?
That's a good question. That's something to consider. If there would be a need for that, we can definitely talk about that. So my idea or my interpretation that this box in the middle is something you really want to control. So the O&Ms want to control. But if there is a need that we support this function, then of course we can talk about that.
Okay, thanks.
I have also one question.
Yeah.
This Here We Go app seems to be a kind of example for the streaming capability, right? So does Here have any plans to use this NDS.Live also in HNOT or in other more commercially, used applications?
We will announce more detailed plans later this year. Yes, I wouldn't say yes or no.
Okay, thank you.
Here's the long awaited question. What's going to be the map freshness that you can provide?
Am I surprised about? I'm not surprised, right? So yeah, so in the previous presentations, I think it was mentioned every 2 weeks freshness. We are capable, state of the art, to deliver 1 week freshness of data, not for all products, depend on the filling spec, but 1 week is state of the art, doable. And we aim to go on a daily. Actually, the plan is go daily very fast, and I'm not gonna say exact date, although that would be the next question. But yeah, that's our next big goal. Go daily. Daily freshness.
Good. Then if there is no more question, thanks again